Welcome back to the B&E show. This is our second show. This is our second episode. Ben has some questions for me on branding.
Let's get into it for reals here. All right. So, Emily, first, why is having a brand so important today?
Your brand is everything. Your brand is your business, and your business is your brand. And whether you think you have a brand or you don't, every little thing you do is your brand. The way you answer client emails, how quickly you answer client emails, the tone in which you answer client emails, everything from the way your office is decorated or from the way that you speak or you present yourself. Every single thing that you do is your brand. And it's so important these days to stand out because in today's digital world, our clients, our customers, they're being immersed with other brands and other companies, and it's so important to have something that differentiates yourself, to have something that's unique, your flag in the ground, and your brand sets the culture and the tone for your company. And that's truly how I think that you can grow your company. When your brand is strong, your team is aligned to the brand, and your clients understand what your brand is. I think that's how you grow and you rapidly scale a company.
Awesome. And I think that's proven true. I'll say as the content guy here that
he's low-keying himself. He is like a copywriting magician.
We'll see. That remains to be.
He's just saying, oh, I'm a content guy. No.
Way more than copywriting.
The visual images and particularly the graphics that you've pioneered basic here at SMB Team, some of the crispest, most beautiful images that I've seen. So the next question that I have for you, Emily, here is, what is the most important principle for creating that brand? Is it the image that you use? Is it the colors? Is it the message behind the brand? What's the most important principle in your mind?
It's the feeling. It's the feeling that someone gets when they look at it. And that feeling comes from everything from the colors, the typography, the way that the message is conveyed. Is it busy or is it minimalistic? What is the feeling that you want to evoke and work backwards from that, right? So for us, we really are focused on growth. We're focused on transparency. We're focused on energy. And so every single piece of content that goes out our doors, whether it's an image, whether it's a graphic or a video or a piece of content Ben writes for emails or the website, everything evokes energy. It evokes growth, it evokes energy, and it also evokes transparency. We are a little bit edgy in nature. We don't do things kind of as you would think that a buttoned up company is. We are who
as
we
evidenced
are.
by this B&E show.
Yes.
Pretty much.
But I think the most important thing when it comes to building a brand is what feeling do you want your clients to have. And it's important to pull inspiration and use that inspiration to create something of your own, right? So a lot of companies, they reference like the Four Seasons, right? They'll greet you, they go above and beyond. People talk about like the Four Seasons customer experience, right? And so everything in branding works backwards from that. Here's Bill. Okay.
Just listening.
We have a surprise guest on our show.
It's your show.
It is the Bill Hauser. Bill?
I'm just listening.
He's learning. Okay.
He's learning. Yeah, I love the way that you talked about how brand is actually a feeling that you want to evoke. That changes my opinion on a critical element of our marketing. So I learned something here today, all right? Now, for the people that are watching this, what are 3 things that they can do right now to actually start building that brand image and the assets and so on and so forth?
So I think number 1 is identifying your customer avatar, right? And we talk about this internally. It's who are you speaking to? Who are you trying to communicate to? And is the brand that you're evoking in line with that? Meaning, let's talk about, let me try and think, hold on. I want to take a brand that's like super high level and then going down to the nitty gritty. Okay. No. Okay, great. So let's talk about a brand like Lululemon, right? Who do they attract? Well, they attract, maybe a little bit higher end of a customer, someone that's willing to buy $100 yoga pants, right? They're attracting people that are probably social media savvy, sharing it on social, tagging the company, people that are obviously active. I would argue that they focus more so on yoga and Pilates or running, as opposed to a brand like Gymshark, which is focused on weightlifting and super hard training. So the way that they create their clothes is very different, right? Gymshark is a lot of for women, a lot of cropped tops, really tight things, whereas Lululemon, they have more flowy things for running or Pilates or what have you. So those two brands are very different, but they serve, a similar industry, right? I would say that people need to make sure that, one, your brand and the brand you're trying to create is in line with your customer avatar, the person at the end of the day that's going to be purchasing from you. The second thing that I would say is to clarify or to pull inspiration from your competitors, see what they're doing, and how can you stand out from there, even if it's down to the colors that you're choosing, because in a sea of blue, how can you be the yellow that stands out, so to speak? So choosing in colors intentionally. My third point is to not get so hung up on this, right? When I go back to the story of Bill creating the core values for 9 months, don't get so hung up that you can't launch something. Launch something, see how the marketplace reacts to it, and adjust over time. When I look back at maybe the first designs I ever did, I'm horrified. And I'm like, why did this ever leave our doors? And even at stuff that I made maybe 6 months ago, I'm like, what was I thinking? But there's also amazing wins within that. And over time, the brand evolved, and it's going to continue to evolve. And I think those three things are the main components.
So you talked a lot about how you can separate yourself from your brand, versus looking at your competitors. So how could we do that? Is there some sort of, framework or unique selling proposition that you can convey through that? All right, so talk to us. How do you convey that USP to our audience through your brand?
So we actually have a sheet, the USP, the Unique Selling Proposition Framework, which we'll link below in the comments so you guys can all fill it out. It is one of the most powerful tools I think we've ever released. Came from this guy's brain.
Notebook.
Yeah, his notebook, all scribbled in.
Every one of our tools have started from a random notebook sketch.
Yes.
And we have one right now that I can't wait till you make.
Yeah. We have
beautiful.
a really amazing one
for now,
in the
USP
queue.
framework.
The USP framework is so important, especially for lawyers. So many times we will either audit a client's campaign or do market research for them, and we will look at all the leads, look at their website, and there's nothing unique about them.
Free consultation. Fierce effective representation.
Here's my lawyer badge. Here's this. Here's that.
20 years in the business.
That's all great, and it kind of goes back to the heart story, which we talked about last week or in last video with Ben.
The best clients we have are the people who are like, wait, you got to understand my brand. Like, seriously, the best clients that we have, that the ones that stick with us forever, that we form lifelong relationships with, they work with us already knowing their brand. Right? They already know their brand, and we simply help them get a already unique thing out there.
Yeah.
The worst thing is when someone comes to work with us going, are you going to turn around my business?
with that same facial expression too.
Yeah.
So finish your thought about the USP and how you can incorporate it in your brand, and then we'll sign off. Maybe do some rapping from
some beatboxing. Yeah. Should Bill beatbox?
Oh yes.
Okay, so the USP worksheet, it really clarifies what about you makes you unique, and it kind of it flows through, and it has you. Okay, Bill's eating trail mix now. It has you pull out those things, and it makes you critically stop and think, how can I differentiate myself from my competitors? Well, we have the Ben process for so-and-so, right? And it basically coins a term, right? The SMB team way. For us, it's lead abundance. What is the message that is different that you offer to your client that they won't get anywhere else? And I think that worksheet can help a lot of people fine-tune their unique selling proposition, which goes into their brand.
Fantastic. Emily, You are a delight to interview, if I may say so. And this is episode 2 of the B&E Show, and we're now going to incorporate a sweet beatboxing from our CEO and founder,
From the
Bill
one and
Hauser.
only. Here
Take
you
it
go.
Is this blown out?
No.
All right.
We need someone to rap.
Oh, we'll give it to you
It's
real.
recording.
Bill's in the background looking like a fool because I don't know what he's doing right now. Looking like a fool. With his
Looking like
pants
a
on the
fool.
ground.
Looking like a fool with his pants.
Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Wait, you have to hold your mic.
Oh, that's right. Hello. And
Caitlin-
no, before you ask, it wasn't crack cocaine.
Caitlin, cut that out.
So Emily,
He's laughing.
I know.
He's laughing.
Yeah. And we like to do these kind of interviews to show that we do the hard work here at SMB Team. As you can see, Bill's, just
He's just whiteboarding
He's
in the
whiteboarding.
background. You get a nice shot of his butt. it looks really great. Just dancing. Okay, cut.